When some people talk about Papa Adeboye, talk about Papa Kumuyi, talk about Bishop, I tell you, do you know what those men left to follow Jesus? You see why young people are dying anyhow? You're touching people you should not touch. Talking about people who sacrifice you don't know. Men who had a job. Papa Adeboye had a job to lecture in a university. He had what it took to be comfortable. He was a first-class graduate of applied mathematics. He was already lecturing in mathematics in Unilag. He had a car. He was interpreting for an illiterate as a pastor. Yet he left the job to answer the call. Gave up on his profession. As a PhD holder in math, gave up on it. Threw all that away. And when he took up the call, there was nothing fascinating about pastoring. It's not like your generation of young men who have seen jets and seen buildings and seen fine packaged altar and a few ministries that are appealing and inviting. Then there was nothing appealing in ministry. That was where you could assess men who really love God. Now you can't assess easily. Most of the people in our churches are in church because of comfort. They're in church because of music. They're in church because of LED screen. They're in church because of the lights. They're in church because of the sound. They're in church because of comedy. They're in church because of their preferences, not because Jesus matters to them. Shut up, you generation of vampires, brood of vipers. You claim you love God, you have no love for him. Stop talking about the Adeboyes. You don't know what the men paid price for. They left everything when Christianity did not look like it was appealing. Kumuyi was just a mathematics lecturer also. First class mathematics. Bishop Orebo was an architect, graduate of architect. Yet he left it and was pastoring a bacha. I heard his testimony one day. He said one day in church, he lifted up his offering, a sacrifice to give to God. And he looked at it and he said, Father, how did this money enter my hand? He said, how did this money enter my hand? He said, this same me. He said he remembers when he went to a village to go and preach. He preached so passionately in that village. The people there had nothing to even give him. When it was time for him to move from there to the next place of his assignment, the whole village came together and all they could afford to give him was a lamp. And they put light in that lamp and they said to him, Sir, we have nothing to give you. This village, you know, is a poor village. However, we can't let you just go. We are giving you this lamp with these lights burning in it. The light you brought to our village, as you go with this lamp, let it shine around the world. You see your generation, young people that don't know history, young people that don't know the labors of your fathers, young people that don't know the price of your fathers. You're talking. That's why you're dying in motor accidents. That's why you're dying on the road. That's why you're dying cheaply. Unbelievers talk, you follow them and talk. When you hear of people like Baba Lola that prayed for years, they prayed on mountains that even their knees made holes in the mountains where they prayed. They made holes. Up till today, they say the mountain the man used to pray at Elisha, that there are still holes there. When it rains, those water, you go there, you are leprous, you are whatever sickness, you take that water, you drink, you get healing automatically. A place a man prayed. Those days they were not praying for cow. There were no fascinating cars to drive. There were no modern cars to drive. Cars didn't look appealing. It's not now that they are refurbishing cars and making it luxurious. Those days, cars were a necessity to just move. They were not luxury. Now they've made luxury out of car. So those days, those men were not praying for car or house. They didn't even see all these things they have today. What they saw was Jesus at the center of their life. Jesus, that was all they saw. Jesus. The body, Jesus was all they saw. Others, they gave up everything. Their life, their wealth, their time, their profession. Now a Christian is struggling to serve God because he's doing business. What a shameless generation. A Christian is struggling to serve Jesus because he has touched 1 million. He's now too big for God. See how small you are. You're doing guy with 1 million for the one that owns the whole world, including the air you breathe.